You're listening to LeadAI.dev, your daily updates on AI development. Today's topic is OpenAI's Enhanced Codex 2026, Desktop Automation Powers Challenge Anthropic. Here's a quick overview. OpenAI's revamped codex introduces advanced desktop control and automation features, positioning it as a direct competitor to Anthropic's coding solutions. Now, let's ask our analyst about these developments. What's new? OpenAI Codex desktop automation powers in 2026.
OpenAI has significantly enhanced its Codex platform with new desktop automation capabilities that extend far beyond traditional code generation. The updated system can now interact directly with desktop applications, manipulate files across the operating system, and execute complex multi-step workflows without human intervention. This represents a fundamental shift from Codex's original focus on code completion to a comprehensive agentic development environment that can handle entire software development lifecycles autonomously. The enhanced codex integrates advanced computer vision models that can interpret desktop interfaces, read screen content, and interact with GUI elements across different applications. It supports cross platform operations on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux systems, with specialized modules for popular development environments including Visual Studio Code, IntelliJ IDTA, and Sublime Text. The system can now manage version control operations, deploy applications to cloud platforms, and coordinate with CI/CD pipelines without requiring manual configuration or oversight. Previous versions of Codex were limited to generating code snippets and providing autocomplete suggestions within integrated development environments. The new iteration transforms the tool into a comprehensive development agent capable of understanding project context, managing dependencies, and executing deployment strategies. This evolution positions OpenAI's offering as a direct competitor to Anthropic's Claude for developers and other agentic coding platforms that have gained traction in enterprise environments. Desktop application control through computer vision and GUI automation across Windows, Mac OS, and Linux platforms, autonomous file system management, including project organization, dependency installation, and build process execution integration with 15 plus development environments and cloud platforms, including AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform multi-language support for Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, Java, C++, Go, and Rust with context-aware code generation, real-time collaboration features that allow multiple developers to work with the same Codex instance simultaneously.
Thank you for that analysis. Let's move on. Who benefits from enhanced OpenAI Codex desktop automation?
Solo developers and small development teams working on rapid prototyping projects will find the most immediate value in Codex's desktop automation capabilities. The system excels at handling repetitive setup tasks, managing multiple development environments, and automating deployment processes that typically consume 0% of development time. Teams working with microservices architectures or maintaining multiple code bases simultaneously can leverage Codex to coordinate updates across repositories and ensure consistency in coding standards and deployment procedures. Enterprise development organizations with established DevOps practices and complex deployment pipelines represent another primary beneficiary group. The enhanced Codex can integrate with existing enterprise tools including Jira, Confluence, and Slack to provide automated status updates and coordinate development workflows. Organizations using containerized development environments will particularly benefit from Codex's ability to manage Docker configurations, Kubernetes deployments, and multi-environment testing scenarios without manual intervention. Teams heavily invested in Anthropic's Claude ecosystem or those requiring specialized compliance features for regulated industries should consider waiting for additional security certifications and enterprise controls. The current implementation may not meet requirements for organizations with strict data governance policies or those operating in highly regulated sectors like healthcare or financial services where code audit trails and compliance documentation are mandatory. Development teams managing 5+ active projects with frequent context switching between codebases, organizations automating CI/CD pipelines across multiple cloud providers and deployment environments, solo developers building SaaS applications who need rapid iteration and deployment capabilities, companies transitioning from manual deployment processes to automated DevOps workflows.
Great insight, really helpful context. How to get started. Step-by-step Codex desktop integration.
Setting up the enhanced Codex requires OpenAI API access with the new desktop automation tier, which includes additional permissions for system-level operations. Users must install the Codex Desktop Agent, a lightweight application that runs in the background and manages interactions between the AI system and local desktop applications. The setup process includes configuring screen recording permissions on macOS and Windows, establishing secure communication channels, and defining workspace boundaries to limit Codex's operational scope to designated project directories. Initial configuration involves connecting Codex to existing development tools through OAuth integrations or API tokens. The system supports direct integration with GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket for version control, and popular project management tools including Linear, Asana, and Monday.com. Users can define custom automation workflows through a visual interface or by providing natural language descriptions of desired development processes. The configuration wizard guides users through setting up deployment targets, testing environments, and notification preferences for automated operations. Verification steps include running a test automation sequence that demonstrates Codex's ability to create a new project, initialize version control, install dependencies, write basic functionality, execute tests, and deploy to a staging environment. Users should monitor the initial runs closely to ensure proper integration with existing tools and verify that automated operations align with established development practices and security requirements. Install Codex Desktop Agent and configure system permissions for screen access and application control. Connect development tools through API integrations, including GitHub, cloud platforms, and project management systems. Define workspace boundaries and security parameters to limit Codex operations. To designated directories, configure automation workflows through visual interface or natural language workflow descriptions. Execute test sequence to verify integration with existing development tools and deployment processes. Set up monitoring and notification systems to track automated operation and receive status updates.
That's a very interesting point. Tell us about competitive context. How Codex Desktop powers change the development landscape.
The enhanced Codex positions OpenAI in direct competition with Anthropic's Claude for developers and GitHub Copilot's enterprise offerings. While Anthropic's solution excels in code reasoning and complex problem solving scenarios, OpenAI's desktop automation capabilities provide a more comprehensive development environment that extends beyond code generation. GitHub Copilot focuses primarily on in editor assistance and lacks the system level automation that Codex now provides, creating a clear differentiation in the market for organizations seeking end to end development automation. Codex's desktop control capabilities represent a significant advantage over traditional AI coding assistants that operate within confined development environments. The ability to manage entire development workflows, coordinate between multiple applications, and handle deployment processes autonomously positions it as a more comprehensive solution than competitors like Tab9, Kite, or Replit's AI features. This broader scope of automation reduces the need for multiple specialized tools and creates potential cost savings for development organizations managing complex tool chains. However, the expanded capabilities introduce new security considerations and potential reliability issues that competitors with more focused scopes avoid. Anthropic's Claude maintains stronger safety guardrails and more predictable behavior patterns, while GitHub Copilot benefits from Microsoft's enterprise security infrastructure. Organizations with strict security requirements may prefer these more constrained but potentially more secure alternatives until OpenAI addresses enterprise security concerns and provides comprehensive audit capabilities for automated operations. Desktop automation scope exceeds GitHub Copilot's in-editor assistance and Anthropic's code-focused capabilities. End-to-end workflow management reduces dependency on multiple specialized development tools and platforms. Integration complexity and security considerations may favor more focused competitors in regulated environments. Pricing structure and enterprise controls remain unclear compared to established enterprise AI coding solutions.
Good analysis. Let's continue. What's next? Future implications for agentic development tools.
OpenAI's roadmap includes expanding Codex's capabilities to handle more complex software architecture decisions, including database design, API specification generation, and automated code review processes. Future updates will likely introduce collaborative features that allow multiple Codex instances to work together on large-scale projects, with specialized agents handling different aspects of development such as front-end design, back-end logic, and infrastructure management. The company is also developing integration partnerships with major enterprise software vendors to provide seamless connectivity with existing development ecosystems. The broader ecosystem impact suggests a shift toward fully automated development environments where human developers focus on high-level architecture and business logic, while AI agents handle implementation details and operational tasks. This evolution will likely accelerate the adoption of low-code and no-code platforms while simultaneously raising the bar for traditional software development roles. integration with emerging technologies like WebAssembly, edge computing platforms, and blockchain development environments will expand Codex's applicability across different technology stacks. The competitive landscape will likely see rapid innovation as other major AI companies respond with their own desktop automation capabilities. Microsoft's integration of similar features into Visual Studio and GitHub, Google's potential enhancements to its development tools, and Amazon's expansion of Code Whisperer suggests that desktop level development automation will become a standard feature across major AI development platforms within the next 18 to 24 months. Multi-agent collaboration features for large-scale project coordination across specialized development domains, enterprise partnership integrations with major software vendors and cloud platform providers, expansion into emerging technology stacks, including WebAssembly, edge computing, and blockchain development, industry-wide adoption of desktop automation, driving standardization of agentic development practices.
Great analysis. So, what are the key takeaways from all of this?
OpenAI-codex now provides comprehensive desktop automation beyond code generation, enabling full development workflow management. The enhanced platform directly competes with Anthropic's Claude through system-level integration and multi-application coordination. Setup requires API access, desktop agent installation, and careful configuration of security permissions and workspace boundaries. Organizations should evaluate security requirements and existing tool integrations before adopting the expanded automation capabilities.
And what market signals should our listeners watch for?
Agentic development platform consolidation. OpenAI's expansion into desktop automation signals a market shift toward comprehensive development platforms that handle entire software lifecycles rather than specialized coding assistance tools. This consolidation trend suggests that successful AI development tools will need to provide end-to-end automation capabilities to remain competitive. The move indicates that standalone code completion tools may become commoditized as major AI companies integrate broader automation features into their platforms, potentially reshaping the development tools market structure. Enterprise security scrutiny intensification. The introduction of system-level automation capabilities will likely trigger increased security evaluation processes within enterprise organizations considering AI development tools. Companies will need to balance automation benefits against potential security risks associated with AI agents having desktop-level access. This scrutiny may slow enterprise adoption initially, but will ultimately drive the development of more robust security frameworks and compliance features across the industry, benefiting long-term market maturity. Developer role evolution acceleration. Comprehensive automation platforms like Enhanced Codex are accelerating the transformation of traditional software development roles toward higher level architecture and strategy focus. This shift suggests growing demand for developers with system design and AI coordination skills while potentially reducing demand for routine coding tasks. The trend indicates that development education and training programs will need to adapt to emphasize AI collaboration and workflow orchestration rather than purely technical programming skills.
What should developers and operators do with this information?
Implement Codex desktop automation for teams managing 3+ concurrent projects within 30 days to maximize productivity gains. Evaluate security implications and establish workspace boundaries before enabling system-level automation in production environments. Start with non-critical development workflows and gradually expand automation scope based on reliability and security validation. Monitor competitive responses from Anthropic and GitHub to optimize tool selection and integration strategies over the next 6 months.
Thank you for listening to leadai.dev. Stay tuned for our next daily updates in this rapidly emerging market.